That's what God did. He created us in his image. To the left of me, I have the gorgeous, phenomenal Dr. Shakina Farmore. How are you this morning?
Hey, everybody. Doing great.
Awesome. And to my right, I have the beautiful, the phenomenal Erica Edwards. How are you this morning?
I am great. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes. Now, these lovely ladies are going to give us the inside scoop on new events they have coming up. Maybe I see Shakina has a book over there. Even though both of them have books, their books are totally different. And that's something we're going to talk about maybe the last 10 minutes of the show. But right now, I want to introduce someone who I met, now I think it's probably been a couple of years ago. And I absolutely think she's an awesome woman, very motivated to motivate. You guys catch that? Very motivated to motivate. And that's what you need. You need someone who is already ready. She didn't have to get ready. She wakes up like that. Come on, somebody. Dr. Shakina Farmore, Executive Director of B2F Girls Worldwide and Zoom co-founder. Now, she's an educator, administrator, gender advocate, and a great speaker. But most of all, she is also a beautiful wife and an awesome mommy. So you do it all, Shakina. Tell us, or Dr. Farmore.
It's just Shakina.
I love it. And this is why I love her, because you're totally real. You're like, it's just Shakina. And I'm like that all the time when people are like, oh, Minister Odom. No, Jocasta. Like, I'm Jocasta because God he made Jocasta. And when he comes for me, he's not going to say Minister Odom and he's not going to say Dr. Shakina. He can say, girl over there, I'm here. Yes, you got my name, Jake. I made it. So that's what, we just want to make it, right?
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about B2F. No, tell us a lot about B2F.
Okay. So, yes, my name is Dr. Shakina Farmore, but it's just Shakina. It's just Shakina. I'm not all caught in the title. For me, that was all leverage. God said, go get that leverage. I said, okay. And right. I got it. But, yes, I do run an organization called B2F Girls, very near and dear to my heart. And what we do is we empower girls to accelerate into leadership. And so I am passionate about it because I myself experienced low self-esteem coming up. And so I knew.
Get out of here.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
No.
Low self-esteem. And a lot of people, they confuse self-esteem with self-image, and they're very different. You can have it all together. You can, have all the makeup tight, face can be beat, hair laid, slayed, right?
She's talking about me right now. Get out of my closet.
Crucified. But the bottom line is that is not who you really are. Mm-hmm. And so low self-esteem shows up in the decisions you make, what you allow, what you tolerate, what you allow to come into your personal space, what you allow in your ear gates, your eye gates, the way you conduct yourself, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself is all impacted by, how you feel about you. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of our girls are struggling in that area. I moved to the Atlanta area about 4 years ago, and I decided, you know what? I'm looking around. I'm seeing all the weaves down to the behind. I'm seeing all, the over the top lashes and the nails that look like they can, claw me to death.
They were self-defense nails. Stop, Shakina. That's for self-defense.
But it was just over the top. And I started thinking about my own childhood, and I said, this is not something foreign. I was living in another country experiencing low self-esteem. I was living in Belgium, and I was experiencing it. It wasn't manifesting in the same way. No, I didn't have all the makeup, the hair down the back, and the long clawing nails. But what I did have is low self-esteem that was manifesting in my everyday decisions. The conversations I was having, the opportunities I wasn't going for. Playing myself small because I was so tired of being the pretty girl that was smart, that everyone tried to put in a box. And so a lot of our girls are experiencing that. They think they have to play on the pretty, and they don't take the time to really cultivate who they are, what they aspire to be, and it starts showing up in womanhood. And so I felt like I couldn't really start at womanhood because at that point, so much has been lived for so long that it becomes so ingrained in who you are. It takes a lot more to peel back the layers, so to speak. But if I could work with these young women and these girls.
Love it, because you're kind of the opposite of what I did was with women, you know. But I absolutely love it. And she is totally right. Last week, the reason I was, and be that person. And then while you're doing all of this sucking and tucking and pushing out and feeling, nothing is filled in your heart. Like, you don't know who Jesus is and why he came and died upon the cross for your sins. All you know is you want that extra back and that front and that injection because you want to look a certain way.
Right. And that attention.
Yes. It gives great attention from wrong people.
It does. It does. And so a lot of people don't know that B2F stands for Blah to Fierce. So when I moved to the Atlanta market, I moved here from Raleigh, North Carolina. I had also dealt with bouts of low self-esteem in adulthood, stemming from, I experienced 8 miscarriages, right? My husband and I, we were trying over and over and over again to have children unsuccessfully. I'm looking around, seeing these other women, some of whom were not even the greatest of mothers, having success with having the children. And I kept saying, well, God, what about me? I want to have kids. I'd be a great mom. And so, but God kept saying, I'm going to use your testimony. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. And so, Blah to Fierce actually started with me. It started with me doing some introspection and saying, you know what? You yourself, you're still dealing with this. And so I had to come face to face with all of the things that I had not dealt with. I hadn't dealt with my traumas. So before I was going to work with girls, I first need to do some introspection and say, you know what? This is a spiritual thing. This is so much more than a surface level thing. So what are you doing, Shakina, to deal with, the abuse you've experienced? What are you doing to deal with all the bad relationships, college, being choked out by a boyfriend, whom everybody looked up to thinking he's the greatest and he's this and he's that. It's not always the bums, right?
That's usually, they're usually the ones.
What? Educated, had it all looking together. I mean, nice build, great mom. And so, but God kept saying, I'm going to use your testimony. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. And so, Blah to Fierce actually started with me. It started with me doing some introspection and saying, you know what? You yourself, you're still dealing with this. And so I had to come face to face with all of the things that I had not dealt with. I hadn't dealt with my traumas. So before I was going to work with girls, I first need to do some introspection and say, you know what? This is a spiritual thing. This is so much more than a surface level thing. So what are you doing, Shakina, to deal with, the abuse you've experienced? What are you doing to deal with all the bad relationships, college, being choked out by a boyfriend, whom everybody looked up to thinking he's the greatest and he's this and he's that. It's not always the bums, right?
That's usually, they're usually the ones.
What? Educated, had it all looking together. I mean, nice build. Integral in me getting to this Blah to Fierce space because I was broken. I had gained all this weight. I got down to a size 4, had a baby unexpectedly, moved to a new city, didn't know anyone, was holding you back. That was whatever that thing was, writing on a piece of paper. So I did that. I was like, crinkled it up. Well, then, after we threw the stuff away, she started coming around the microphone, and she was like, I need, 6 brave women to stand up and to tell us, what you wrote on that paper and why you're releasing it. And so, I have no idea. It had to be the Holy Spirit. Stood up, I got on the microphone, I started walking women through what I experienced and what I threw away. When I tell you, it was so empowering because as I told about the molestation and being in a place that I never visited, after I put that mic down, I guarantee you about 60% of that room started walking toward me.
I believe it.
About 60% of that room of woman after woman after woman coming to me saying, I've experienced the same thing. I've never told anybody, but listening to you tell your story gave me a release.
I believe you.
And that experience was so special. And so fast forward last weekend at the WIN conference to move from where you're sitting in the audience and getting your healing to now you're a panelist, help inspiring other women to get their release, and you're being awarded for all the things you've done to empower women to greatness, it's just such a testimony to what God can do when you allow him to use you.
You're right.
Amen.
I love it.
Winning.
I love
Hashtag
it.
winning.
You are. You're
Hashtag
definitely
winning.
winning. Because the only way we can win is with God by our side.
Absolutely.
And literally, I like it because in each conversation, you said, oh, with God. You know what I mean? So, sometimes we forget, and I say we because I like to speak with all of us. Because if we're women and we're claiming to love each other, then we're one. So sometimes we forget that he did it. You know?
Right. That's
He's
right.
there.
It was him.
Thank you for
It was him.
carrying me. You know,
Yes.
thank you for holding my hand. Thank you for guiding me. And I absolutely love it because she saw something in you. She didn't say, well, that girl might try to get in my lane. Because we
Exactly.
talked about this prior to the
Yes,
show.
Right.
You know, because she could have easily said, this woman may try to take something. I think it's the strength that you all see, and you feel like that woman's strength can come and get on you,
Yes.
meaning take from you. And that strength is not the demonistic spirit that's coming to steal.
That's right.
It is not. And it's a strength that you guys can come together, collaborate, and make life happen. And that's exactly what you did. And that shows that, okay, she was not afraid of your strength. What she wanted to do is help cultivate that.
Mm-hmm.
And she did just that.
And she did just that.
And I'm honored to know you, you know? I am.
I'm honored to know you,
girl. Oh my gosh. I'm like blown away, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am, and I know it
Absolutely.
because I can remember a specific event that I had a few years back, and a young lady told her truth, and we always say what goes on in the circle stays in the circle, and her truth she told, and everybody almost passed out hearing
Wow.
it. But I can sit to this day and say I've never heard it come outside of those walls. Never.
Mm-hmm.
And when you feel that comfortable, you know that it's God. And you know that he's not going to allow your secret or what you share to come out.
That's right.
Because it was for that room and that room only. It
Well,
was
the thing
for
I
that
love is that God will take your mess.
room. Mm-hmm.
I mean, just take your mess and allow you to just leverage it. Like the same mess that was, in your mind working against you
Oh, bless you.
is now working for you and is blessing other people.
Mhm.
And so I've gotten to the point now where, if I see someone that needs to hear it, I will share it with them
I love it.
because they need it.
I love it.
They need it. And sometimes, you are a living sacrifice. I don't think sometimes people understand what that means. You are going to go through some things in this life.
Mm-hmm. It's
Count it all
inevitable.
joy. Count it all joy. And so now with Blood of Fears, I'm actually helping women as well who are suffering with low self-esteem because of experienced traumas that were never dealt with in childhood.
See, I love it because I know that there are people out here, you guys are listening, you're watching, and what she said is touching you, and you needed it, and you need it, and you want to know more, and you're saying, oh my gosh, or maybe that's my daughter, or my daughter needs to be wherever you are. You know what I mean? How can she be in your space? So tell them how their children, their girls, can get in contact with you and the next event that's coming up because
Absolutely.
they need to be in the place.
So I have so much that I have to share with girls, but I can't do it alone. And so what I've done is I've partnered with other women who are girls empowerment industry leaders. And so we have a roundtable where we're going to be discussing ways that we can empower girls to another level, things that haven't been done, some innovative things, but also discuss some of the barriers that we've experienced in our own communities and synergize, come together to see what we can do. But I want to invite all girls, middle, high school, early college, to come out to ZoomCon. ZoomCon is an experience. It's going down here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Ramada Plaza, March 24th through 25th. You can register at www.b2fgirls.org. That's www.b2fgirls.org. We are inspiring girls to accelerate into leadership. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what questions to ask. But being around women, powerful women, who are doing things on high levels, as well as other youth, teens, who are doing things on high levels where you can network and you can talk and you can ask questions that you never even knew to ask, gain information, gain insight. You want to be there. It's going down March 24th through 25th here in Atlanta. I'm so excited about it. All you have to do is register at b2fgirls.org.
Awesome. Register at b2fgirls.org. B2F, the number 2, b2fgirls.org. And March the 24th through the 25th, if you are not there, I don't know where else you could be. And if you're just a young lady listening, and I wish that I had my IG up, I'll just have to post it because I know like a lot of young girls listen to my show. Well, they were on Instagram and they would say things, and I would really want them, if they're in the Atlanta area, to connect and come to B2F Girls. Go to b2fgirls.org, ladies and gentlemen. And I say gentlemen because dads, we understand that you're single dads out there and you're looking for a mentor for your daughters because that is common. So we know that single dads are out there and you may be listening. Definitely connect. If you can, please, not if, do it.
Do it.
We're going to take a brief break. And I'm so excited. Shakina, I'm like, I'm feeling so good this morning. Happy Saturday to you all. Remember, if you want to call 770-415-2149. You're listening to That's What's Up on 108 Praise Radio, where we're always voicing the gospel. We'll be right back. Awesome. Definitely connect. If you can, please, not if, do it.
Do it.
We're going to take a brief break. And I'm so excited. Shakina, I'm like, I'm feeling so good this morning. Happy Saturday to you all. Remember, if you want to call 770-415-2149. You're listening to That's What's Up on 108 Praise Radio, where we're always voicing the gospel. We'll be right back.